Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. We have two blended Scotch whiskeys, one with a 12-year age statement, the other one has no age statement. First, Buchanan's Deluxe, 12-year age, introduced in 1884 as James Buchanan's Finest, and later down the line renamed Deluxe. It is operating, there's the insignia. It is operating under a royal warrant, meaning it is listed as a liquor supplier to the royal family of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Okay. They brag about it on their website right here. Okay, so that's a description of the liquor. Buchanan's Finest Liquor. 2020 San Francisco. Oh, updated. 2020 San Francisco World Spirits Competition Double Gold Award. Double gold. Okay. That's not just gold, it's double gold, meaning it got the best of the class, right? Okay. Gold just means like really awesome, you know. We'll get off of that. I don't want to go through it. I put the website link. You can read about it. Chivas Mizunara. This has only been around about 6 years and only been in the U.S. about 2 years. No age statement. Part of the blend is from whiskey that was finished in Japanese water oak, or Mizunara in their language. Craft beer-tastic. I predict the 12-year-old Buchanan will taste better than the Chivas. Probably. Now, the Chivas Regal also has a royal warrant. They got that back, what they say, way back, like in the 1800s. Okay. By appointment to the crown. Anyway, Chivas Brothers started in 1801 in Scotland as a grocery store. So it weren't bottling blended whiskey in 1801. They were selling groceries at a small Scottish town, a small Scottish city. Then it just developed into what it is today, okay? One of the big whiskey companies in the world. And then if you get on the Chivas.com website, Chivas.com, it's an incredibly big website, all kind of videos, all kind of explanations about blending whiskey. And then they talk about how blended whiskey is better than single malt. And I'm not joking. You read the website, they're like, well, single malt is good, but it's one-dimensional. And then they go, blah, blah, blah. And they say, see, when you blend Scotch, and then they go into all these details of why they say it's better. Now, the parent company, Chivas Brothers, also produces the Glenlivet single malt. So I guess they got you either way. You say, I'm going blended, baby. I'm getting Chivas. The money's going to them. I'm getting single malt, fool. I don't drink that blended. Money's going to them because of the Glenlivet. C for Chivas. All right. Mackerel said, I'm going to go get 4 25-ounce Hurricane malt liquors later. Okay, well, make sure you share them. All right. Now, Buchanan's is not even sold in Canada. These Canadian people tell me, I never even seen this stuff. It's popular in Latin America. And Latin America, there is, you say, I don't believe it. I don't believe there could be corruption in Latin America. Well, apparently there's a lot of problems with them draining the Scotch and then putting a cheaper Scotch in the bottle. And I know a guy from Greece. He's from Crete. He's Greek, and he says it's common in the United States that these ballrooms do that. They'll substitute some cheap whiskey and call it Jack Daniels. And he said, I drank so much Jack Daniels, I could tell right off the bat what I'm drinking. And he goes on about it. I don't go out to bars, really, so I don't have to worry about that. And if I do go to a bar, I'm just going to drink beer, and I'm going to make sure I'm seeing what's in that bottle. Draft, yeah, I mean, you know, I might get that. But if they bring me a bottle of Miller High Life, I'm looking at it, and I'm pouring it from the bottle myself. So I don't really trust bar rooms, to tell you the truth. So I believe these kind of crazy stories. But this bottle has a special cap, a floating glass plastic bubble at the top, and you cannot pour liquor in. You can only pour out. When you first buy a bottle of this and you open it, nothing will come out. You can turn it upside down and it won't drip. And you keep doing it, nothing happens, and all of a sudden somehow it releases and then it'll start dribbling out. This is a strange thing to buy it and turn it upside down and nothing comes out. They don't have this on this Chivas bottle. Apparently nobody wants to try to scam people with Chivas. All right, but no, I don't guess it's that popular in Latin America. But it must be. It must be. You know why? And if I do one of these liquor brands, especially Scotch, it might have 50 video reviews, but 35 of those reviews will be in a language like Portuguese or Russian or Spanish. So it's much bigger in those countries than it is here. I'm talking about these whiskey brands. They'll just be long, and it'll be Romanian videos, German, a lot of German. So there are not that many English video reviews for this product. I mean, there are a good amount, but not as many as you'd think. Same thing with Buchanan's. You look that up, Buchanan's 12-year. I bet you 85% of the video reviews will be in Portuguese or Spanish. I'm telling you, it's so popular down there. Kevin says, we made it to Florida. Good. Thank God you got there safe. 20 miles until Ormond Beach. Thanks for more content. Cheers. Oh, good. Have a safe trip. I have hardly ever tried Scotch. Do you prefer Scotch over straight bourbon? I prefer Scotch over straight bourbon because straight bourbon to me tastes like grits. You know, it's just like corn grits with some charred oak. I don't mind the charred oak part. It's just that heavy corn grits is like, I can just eat grits, you know. But some people love bourbon, you know, just gaga, you know, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when it comes to bourbon. But I'm not as dedicated to it as other people. I got a lot left to review. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind it. It's just I prefer Scotch or Canadian whiskey or those kind of things. Canadian Mist. Yeah, that's a Canadian blended whiskey. I don't have any left. It's very bland, but it's bland by design. Like if you read the history and read their website, they created it to be like that for various reasons. Because you say, you mean there's people out in the world that want something that's intentionally bland? Yes. The most popular alcoholic drinks brands are the dullest ones. Bud Light. You say it doesn't have a lot of flavor. I know, that's why it's so popular. Plus they're brilliant marketing usually. Whiskey. Well, there's a good example. Canadian Mist. Very popular all around the world. Well, at least the United States. Doesn't have a lot of flavor. That's why it's popular. Crown Royal, the #1 Canadian blended whiskey. One of the top selling whiskeys on the planet. Kind of bland. That's why it's popular. Okay. And so on and so on. I mean, you could just go on and on. Johnny Walker Red Label. I think Johnny Walker Red, it does have quite a lot of flavor. Some people talk bad about it, you know, bad. They do videos talking about how terrible it is. And then I'll drink it, and I'm thinking, you know, like if I do a review, I'll think, are they talking about the same product? But I was ranting about that earlier today. People that make videos. I was doing it on Alcoholics, talking about people that use certain beer brands or liquor brands as a prop, a stalking horse in a way. They're not giving it a fair review. They're just doing it for cheap laughs and to get views because they know if they put Pabst Blue Ribbon up there, it's going to get thousands of views. And then they'll just, oh, we're going to talk about Pabst. And I watched the video carefully, and they're making all kind of little smarmy and snarky jokes. But they never really actually review the product. I watched this video recently for Jim Beam 8-Star. Same thing. I said, nah, you're not doing this is not an actual review. You didn't do it in good faith. You're just doing it to get some cheap laughs. Not to mention that the video is horrible, and the two guys doing it are, to me, do a horrible job. I mean, it's all just hijinks and posturing, and it's the worst. Anyway, and I'm not one that's really too hard on people, and I watch a lot of video reviews. But some of that phony stuff, I can't take it. But you'll notice that a lot. People will use these common brands as a prop to get cheap laughs. I don't know how else to say it. Hello from Australia, says Jim's Man Cave. Hello to you in the Commonwealth of Australia. There's not much here. It's just like a little honey and a little white bread crust. And that makes me think it's the Chivas Regal because that's all it has. I'm not saying that in a bad way. The Buchanan's going to have some smokiness in the nose. Now, that's if I can smell, because I don't think my smell ability came back yet too much. I should have smelled into that Vapo Rub, that mentholated Vapo Rub before I got on this. Just to check. Because usually you smell that, it'll make you jump back. And that stuff you rub on your nose and your chest when you have a cold. 5 days ago, I smelled the bottle with a deep inhalation. It was like no smell at all. It was a really strange sensation. It was very strange 5 days ago to actually literally not be able to taste or smell anything. Everything tasted neutral and smell. It was strange. I told my friend Paul, I said, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I said, it's bizarre. Okay. And then I smelled that bottle of Ron Rio, that rum, the most horrible smelling rum ever. And I couldn't smell it. And Paul said, what are you talking about? I said, it smells like rancid sugarcane stalks and Monsanto Roundup. It is unreal. But that's a good gauge. How do Ron or Rue still can't smell or taste, says Beer. You still can't smell or taste? Man, that is bad. I had some ramen noodles with ground beef and some onions. I put some hot sauce in it and black pepper. Forgot to put the mushrooms. That was a mistake. I'll save those if they're not totally rotted. I'll save them for Saturday morning if I do some eggs. I think they'll make it. If not, I'll dump them out. But I've gotten a lot of use out of those sliced mushrooms. But oh man, I was so irritated I forgot to use them. But I could taste the ramen. I could taste the ground beef. I put a little of the liquid Louisiana Supreme marinade. I just mixed it in with the meat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really marinate it. You can tell I'm still coughing a little bit. But but still, I swear this seems like allergies. Not something I caught. That's the sensation I got from last week, that it was an allergy. Like something in the air around here. And I'm still not totally dissuaded from that. But so the ground meat, it cooked nice in that boiling water with the ramen. It came out very nice. What's up, Beer Hound, says Mackerel. And they're saying hello there. All right. You see, I can't pick up much here, but I think I can get some smoke, but I'm not too sure. I can't really smell. I can get the fumes, the alcohol fumes. But there's more of something here, and there's less of it there. You know what I'm saying? I can't smell the something, but I know there's more of it. And I think that's the smoke, the peaty smoke. Yeah, because Buchanan's uses peated single malt Scotch, smoky in the blend. That's why it's so smoky. Let's go with the taste, shall we? Already clinked the glass. All right. Can't wait to post my solo review, but I gotta wait because I'm backlogged, which was good because when I got sick, I said, I'm not worried. I'm back. I have so many videos banked. on the computer. This is sort of ho-hum bland. It's smooth though, but it's just like a little alcohol, however that's pronounced. I don't like when I hear people saying alcohol. I say alcohol. It's got an L in it. Alcohol. I want to sit down with that person who's making the video and say, let's sit down and talk. We're going to practice saying alcohol. Alcohol. It's not an accent situation. Now, some people say you have funny accent. That's different. I'm talking about pronunciation. Alcohol. I hear people say that. I'm going to drink this alcohol. I say, what do you do when you propose a question to somebody? You ax them, like you're chopping wood with an axe. I hear people say that too. You better ax her. So you don't want to ax anybody. You'll go to prison. What do you think of Twang Lime Beer Salt? Never tried it. Julie says, cheers, Ron. Cheers to you, Jules. I hope you're getting better with the surgery and recovery. The man with the plan says, laughing my anatomy off. Yeah. So now let's see if this one tastes like alcohol. Not getting any peat, not getting any smoke. So see, I still got a long way to go. Hear the train coming. But I'm picking up a sharp, kind of a bitey burn. A bitey burn, E. Sanders. A bitey burn. Like there's more grain alcohol in it. Oh, you're welcome, she said. Thanks. Now, I think that the Buchanan's is not as smoothed out as the Mizunara from Chivas Brothers. Now, if I had my full tasted ability, I think the Buchanan's will win running away. Running away. But I don't. So now I got to work around that and use other signposts, other clues, other guideposts. And I remember the Chivas having the honey top bread and the white bread dough. And I remember the Buchanan's just having some basic things. The grain alcohol. There you go. All right. Oh, and that's Strathclyde. That's the distillery that makes the grain alcohol in Scotland. Strathclyde. It's huge. On the side of the building, it says Chivas. And then right below the Chivas insignia, which is that little kind of like a little funny looking C. Then they got the Valentine's. It said Chivas and Valentine's. Oh, November 5th, 2018. This was bottled November 5th, 2018. Nice. Price, $35 for Buchanan's, about $54 for Chivas Mizunara, but I got mine for $17.99. I know that's crazy. I don't know what's going on over there. And I don't ask questions when I go in there. Get in, buy it, get out. I could maybe taste a little peaty note. When I first bought Buchanan's, I said I had a half-size bottle, and I kept saying it sounded like it has a bell in it, because when you could shake it, the little ball was rattling. Not on this bottle so much, but on the half-size bottle, an older bottle. I said, it sounded like it's got a little bell in it, and I didn't know what that sound was. I said, how could you put a bell inside of a whiskey bottle? But it was that little reverse flow thing. The Whiskey Scout is here. Hello, Robert, the Whiskey Scout. Welcome to my world. He's laughing, thinking, I don't want to be in that world. Oh my, that's a bold statement without your full taste buds in effect. Yes, Jim's Man Cave said subbed. Thank you. Oh, at Beer Hounds. Oh, Well, thanks for subbing here if you did. Okay, but anyway, it is a bold statement. Buchanan's is a green label. I like that because it protects from the light. Not perfectly, but it does. Chivas is clear, so that's not going to give it any protection from the light. The bottom of the bottle is pretty. Chivas Brothers Limited liquor bottle. It says it, liquor bottle, Scotland, and it's rumpled at the. It's beaded so it won't slide so much. It's got a little texture to it. Fantastic bottle. But Buchanan's is even more fantastic, and it's got a little texture too on the rim to keep her from sliding so much. And it's got an awesome shield with a lion and a thistle and all kind of filigree. Okay. Any more comments for I subbed here weeks ago, mate? Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Honey white bread crust. I don't know. I was tasting that at 8:45 this morning. I tasted that when I did the taste challenge first, and I got it right too. You noticed that I got the Chivas Regal, and I got it correct. I was able to tell it apart from the Mizunara. I was very happy about that. I think I'm gonna do J and B next. Justerini and Brooks. Justerini and Brooks are even more smoky. And what do they use? 42 different scotches. 42, not 41, not 43, but exactly 42. I don't know why they determined that 42 was the best number. Crown Royal uses 50 different whiskeys, and that's all you get from it. Okay, well. They didn't say it was 50 flavorful ones. Okay, I'm not down in Crown Royal. It is kind of bland, but I'm not down in it. It's 50 different whiskeys. If they use 49, it probably wouldn't even taste right. All right. Yeah. Yep. Now, Robert, I don't know how you feel about this, but you ought to read that long section on Chivas Brothers, Chivas.com, not Chivas Brothers. That's the main website, but the link, the brand website, Chivas.com, where they go into this intricate detail talking about why blended whiskey's better. Oh, it's almost like it's designed to trigger people. Like, like they know it's going to make people mad. But then it probably isn't really going to make people mad because single malt people ain't going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that are dedicated to single malt scotch, they're not going to get on the Chivas.com website anyway. You know what I mean? They're not going to look at it. They're not going to buy the bottles. They're not going to drink it. They're not going to read about it. They're not going to learn about it. So maybe I'm wrong. Okay. But that's their tagline, because blended is better. I've seen that in liquor store signs, because blended is better. I was like, man, you are really pushing the envelope. Sometimes blended whiskey is better, he says. See? But they're not saying that on their website. They're not saying sometimes blended is better. They're saying because blended is better. They're definitive about it. When I make statements, I'm always qualifying them and have some kind of like, deniability. You know what I mean? Like I'm always saying like, well, in my opinion, or it could be the case, or it depends how you look at it. But, but they didn't say all that. I got a kick out of reading that. Not most of the time, though. He says not most of the time. Can you imagine Chivas Brothers putting that on their website? Because blended is better in some rare occasions, in some rare instances. That'd be a great tagline, right? Because blended is better in some rare cases. No, that's not what they put. And I got the link right there. Y'all can click it and find it. Tried the Chivas 12-year, reminding me of brandy, says Andy Salinas. Brandy? That's a bizarre statement. But if that's what you got, go with it, because I always say, go whatever comes in your head first, say it. Whatever comes in your head first, say it when you're reviewing beer or whiskey, because it's something in your mind telling you, you know. It's like I say, honey and white bread crust on this, and it's sticking in my head, and I think I got it. All right, so let's go. I think this is the Chivas. Oh, which one tastes better? This might be shocking. Still have a lot left of this Buchanan's, and I'm glad, because I love it. I want to get that master next. Okay, shocking, whatever. I think, and I don't even believe I'm saying this, doesn't make sense, but I think the Chivas, this one in my left hand, is a little bit better. Just a little, and I mean, you know, like it's a 94, which what I scored on a solo review. And then the Buchanan's might be a 93. You say, you're crazy, balderdash. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. But if I'm wrong, then I have it reversed. So I think this is the Chivas. If it says letter C, I got it. Here we go. Wow. Toot, toot. You say toot, toot. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just tooting my own horn. I got it right. I got it right. 2 in a row. 2-0. Undefeated. You say the season is early. The season is young. You got a lot more challenges to do. You're right. I could start to fail miserably. But I'm going to keep these guideposts in my mind. Honey topped white bread crust. And if I remember honey topped white bread crust, I think I got it every time. He says, woohoo, more to go. Right. I like to troll my own channel. You know what I'm saying? Like I mock myself. Because I know what I'm dealing with. You say, you mean you're dealing with yourself? Right. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Consider the source. I'm considering my own source. I never would have dreamed that Buchanan's would lose. I wouldn't have believed it. But it happened. It was close, though. Now, which one would I buy? Well, I would buy whatever one was cheaper. And in this case, it's generally going to be the Buchanan's. The Buchanan's going to be 35, and the Mizunara are going to be 54. Is it worth $19 more? No way. There is no way it tasted $19 better. It might have been $1 better. Because it just tasted. Okay, maybe it was $1 better. So if I went to a liquor store and they had Buchanan's for 34, and they had the Chivas Regal Mizunara, Chivas Mizunara for 35, I'll pay the extra $1. But $19? I don't think so. In fact, I know I wouldn't do it. But I didn't have to pay that. And Robert the Whiskey Scout knows exactly what I'm talking about. I paid an extraordinarily and very, let's call it, suspicious price for it. And that's all I'm going to say right at this particular time. If you get tired of mocking yourself, I can fill in anytime. Just let me know. He ain't joking. Okay. Sadly, he is not joking. Well, what's the best thing about these two products? They both have great looking bottles, you know, classic, awesome embossed bottle. Comes in a nice cardboard box. Okay, so aesthetically, it's super. It's dark. Look how dark it is after an unnamed period of time. Suspiciously dark, is it not? You say, that's that Mizunara. That's that Mizunara making it dark. And they tell you right on the website, almost none of it is aged in Mizunara. It's a portion of it is aged in Mizunara oak. Then they're talking about on the website, a barrel is like $110. But a Mizunara barrel is $5,000. So, and they very carefully say twice on the website on the same page, only a portion of this whiskey is finished in Mizunara oak. So now it's got me thinking, what portion? 1%? you know, 1%, and it's that dark. I don't know about you, but I got a feeling somebody put some caramel coloring in this whiskey. But now that the Buchanan's, you can't tell because it's in that green, but you can look through it and you can see the gold. You can see the gold. It's just gold, like straight up yellow, you know, the yellow metal gold. All right, that's it. What's next? J&B, Justerini and Brooks. So give me a chance to rest and watch some videos and whatnot, and then I'm gonna be back. So thanks. Any last comments? Thanks, everybody. Leinenkugels. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's, New Year. Drinking some Leinenkugels original beer. Oh, well, we can't get that in Louisiana, of course. Oh, look, the sun's coming back. Huh. Well, how about that? That's nice to see. It won't last. Okay, thank you, everybody.